Hi, my name is Bobby Dixon and I'm an estate agent working across the Warwickshire area. I thought I'd start a new series looking at different properties that you can get for different budgets across the region. So today we're looking at 5 properties around the £500,000 mark, and I'm going to give you my opinion on the compromises, what works really well and what my personal opinion is. So let's start in Kenilworth, and this is the one that I describe as the character lover's choice. So you're looking at offers over 500,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, Grade 2 listed cottage in the Old Town. And I think this one is really all about the character and the location. So you've got exposed beams, an ingle nook fireplace, recently refitted kitchen and bathroom, and then you've got this lovely south-facing courtyard overlooking Abbey Fields. It's also beautifully presented, and I think the current vendors have done a really good job of bringing the character features but keeping it in line with like a super neutral modern finish. But there is a compromise, and that's space. At around 1,045 square foot, this is one of the smaller properties that we're looking at today. And although there is permit parking available at Abbey Fields, you don't have that super easy, accessible driveway parking right outside the property. So for me, you're buying the lifestyle here just as much as the bricks and mortar. If you love character, you want to be in the Old Town, Kenilworth, and you don't mind sacrificing a little bit of space, this is a great option for you. Now, this one is really interesting because we're spending slightly less at 495, but we're getting a completely different proposition. This is a beautifully refurbished luxury apartment in the Arden Gate development in Henley-in-Arden. And yes, it only has 2 bedrooms, but look at the space. You've got over 1,070 square foot, 2 double bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, one of them being an ensuite, and a really spacious, light, bright, open plan living room, dining room space. You've also got 2 allocated parking spaces, beautifully maintained grounds, and this one is ready to just move straight into, and you wouldn't need to do a thing. And this property actually is a really good example where you can't judge value based on the number of bedrooms a property has got. Yeah, you're buying a 2-bedroom, but the quality, finish, proportions, the setting, all of that is completely different to what you expect when you hear, I'm buying a 2-bed. For me, this is definitely the best turnkey option of the 5 properties that we're seeing today. If you don't actually need 3 or 4 bedrooms and you want something that's beautifully finished, easy to move into, turnkey, this one would definitely be on the shortlist. So property number 3 in Warwick, for 500,000, you've got a 4-bedroom house. And it's not just 4 bedrooms, it's been extensively extended, so extended all out of the back, all out at the back. It's gone up into the loft. So you've got this lovely open plan downstairs, open plan living room, dining room space, opening up onto the garden. You've got a driveway, a garage, a workshop, a gorgeous rear private garden, and you're about half a mile from Warwick town centre. If you're a family and space is your priority, this one's hard to ignore. The compromise here isn't really the house itself, it's more the location and the character, period features of the property. For me, this would easily be the winner if your priority is getting the most usable family space. So this one now, number 4, is over in North Leamington, and this is where I think you're really paying for location and lifestyle. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom townhouse over 3 floors, and it's 1,313 square foot. So you've got a private westerly facing garden. It's on a beautiful tree-lined avenue in North Leamington. So I like the contemporary interiors of this one, and I really like that it's not trying to be a huge family home. It's also recently been reduced to offers over 500, so this is one that I'll be really interested to see how the market responds to the reduction. This one is more about having a really good quality home in a desirable location. For me, this is one that, someone says, I don't necessarily need the bigger house, but they do want the location, that North Leamington location. And finally, Stratford-upon-Avon, and this one actually might be the surprise of the whole list. 495, 3 bedrooms and 1,559 square foot. This makes that one of the largest properties we're looking at in terms of floor area, and it's one of the cheaper ones. It's a grade 2 listed period townhouse in the heart of Stratford-upon-Avon, with 3 double bedrooms, a sitting room, dining room, a vaulted cellar and a courtyard. This is definitely where the location becomes a huge part of the equation. You're literally in the centre of Stratford, surrounded by the culture, all of the shops, independent shops, cafes, restaurants, and you're in the middle of one of Warwickshire's most famous towns. So one of the downsides to this property is the fact that it is a grade 2 listed property. It's obviously not as straightforward as buying a regular family home. And while the property has so much character and is beautifully presented as is, it's got a lot of scope for the new vendors to come in and make it their own. If character, space and period properties are something that is important to you, I think being in the centre of Stratford is a really interesting proposition here. So which one would I actually buy? I think for me it would be between North Leamington and Warwick, purely down to the locations. I think that you're always going to protect your property value there, as you are with the other locations that I've kind of shared here, but definitely we're seeing still better protection, return for your money on those types of properties in those types of locations. But tell me, what would you pick and give me your reasons why? If you had 500,000 to spend, would you go for the 4-bed Warwick house? Would you go for the character of Kenilworth, the property in Henley that's completely ready to just move into, the lovely property with the location in Leamington? Or would you go for that property in Stratford right in the middle of the town centre with all that period charm?
So all the properties are definitely winners within their own rights. Kenilworth, best for character, best turnkey Henley, best for space Warwick, best location Leamington, and then the one with the best curb appeal, I'm going to go Stratford.
I'm Bobby Dixon, an estate agent working across Warwickshire. If you want an honest opinion on what your property's worth and what the market's doing right now in the local area, my details are below. Please get in touch.